What is the five-headed monster that racism created for Black America? It is miseducation, mass incarceration, gentrification, police genocide, and access to wealth. I'll say it again. The five-headed monster is miseducation, mass incarceration, gentrification, access to wealth, police genocide, brothers and sisters. We got to get rid of the coons. See, sometimes it's hard to identify a coon because they are so good faking consciousness. I said it can be hard to identify the coon because they are so good faking consciousness. I said it can be very difficult to identify a coon because they are so good at faking consciousness. See, the biggest coons look like they pro-Black. The biggest coons look like they woke. The biggest coons got all the rap and all the intellectual masturbation. They got all the knowledge. They got all the history. But when you ask them, what have you done for the race lately, they have no answer. The next time you get in front of a woke Negro, ask him, what have you done for the race lately? What have you done for African people lately? What have you done for the global African village lately? That's how you can separate consciousness from coonism. Coonery and consciousness are two different things. Coonery and consciousness are two different things. But too often, the coons will dress up like they conscious. I said too often, the coons will dress up like they conscious, brothers and sisters. So one of the ways you could tell the coonery from the consciousness is to ask the so-called conscious brother, what have you done for the community? Ask the so-called conscious sister, what have you done for the community? And if they can't give you no grassroots work, if all they can name is YouTube videos and documentaries and, books and this and that, no work. Work. Dr. Umar speaks. Dr. Umar writes books. But Dr. Umar saves Black children for a living. Dr. Umar speaks. Dr. Umar writes books. But Dr. Umar saves Black children for a living. There's not a day that the sun sets where I didn't save somebody's child from being expelled, suspended, misdiagnosed, falsely medicated. It's the work you do in the streets. That's what makes me the greatest of my time. It is the work I do in the streets, not the lectures, not the books, not the videos, but the work that you do not see on TV is what makes you conscious. The work that you do that is not on TV that makes you conscious. I done told you, Malcolm came 45 years after Garvey. I came 45 years after Malcolm. All in Harlem. Garvey came through Harlem in 1920. Malcolm came back to Garveyism in Harlem. 1965, the Prince of Pan-Africanism took over the Black conscious movement in Harlem, October the 30th of 2010. Garvey was 1920. Malcolm was 1965, 45 years later. Dr. Umar was 2010, 45 years after Malcolm. It's the Pan-African legacy. It's the Pan-African legacy. It's the Pan-African lineage.